So of course, you've been teasing it for a while and it's now out. You can go in as long as you have a Bethesda ID and are all logged in and good stuff like that. But you can go out and pull down the first Bog Panda Doom map. It is out there as Bog Panda. If you go back and look at the version history, you're going to see a mess, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But what I'm most excited, one, I was very excited to tell the Panda Army that it is now out there and you can enjoy it. But also equally important, I wanted to visit with my YouTube channel buddy Mike, who's had a chance to play it and get his thoughts. So
I mean, I would have went with lovely co-host,
yeah,
world's
you would
greatest
have.
friend, those kind of things.
Well, you could, but I'm in a different position.
So first off, yeah, Kelly has mentioned this is Bog Panda, but make no mistake, Kelly made this level. I had nothing to do with it. I don't know how to do it, so it's super impressive to me. Most impressive things to me are things other people can do that I don't know how to do. So, like even if it's something I know how to do and you just do it better than me, it's still not that impressive because you just did it better. Like I know how you got there. There's no magic, if that makes sense. But when somebody does something that I've never done and don't know how it's made, it's magic. So this is magic, sir. I loved playing this level.
Well, I'm glad that it's out there. And so the versions thing, what I haven't quite mastered yet. Yeah. So it's been about a 10-year hiatus for me creating any Doom map whatsoever. And so the tools have gotten a lot better since then. So it is a lot easier than previous to start to knock it together. But I was still always a little murky on, okay, I create a map and how do I create the WAD and then what's this UMap info thing, which these are all kind of new items for me. And so depending, on I mean it's not doing too bad. I think there's been about 56 downloads of it already. So hopefully the Panda Army will pop that number up. If there's a lot of interest, I'll do maybe a step by step on kind of how I went about doing it. So if you've kind of toyed with it but struggled a little bit to get it up and running, I kind of talk about that. But the versioning aspect, I'm still got to work on a little bit. It appears I need to save it out underneath a different name each time and then pull it up into the system there because I tried today. I was scrambling because I really wanted to have it out before the show for you. There's one location depending on how you play the game. There's actually one location where you can end up in a pit of no escape, and you can basically do that. And I think, well, that wasn't intentional, and
That
so
happened to me.
did that happen to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So the new version, which is out there finally, after multiple attempts, gives you an out. so so you can recover from that. It's actually kind of an interesting thing you may be able to use strategically as well. So let you play and decide on that. But yeah, that I in testing and playing it for fun and all that, I ended up there once and I was like, well, crap. There's absolutely nothing I can do here. So that's not good. So I addressed that. I have a version running that plays Bog On as the music, and I
Oh,
was
nice.
super excited about that. I have been stymied so far. I can play it with GD Zoom. I can play it locally when I'm testing it without a problem. But when I go up in through Steam and in through the Doom 2 interface on Steam to do the upload to Bethesda, I'm not getting it to stick yet. So I've tried a couple things. All of them have been unsuccessful so far, but we'll try. I might have to because what I did, I just dropped the MP4 into the WAD file and was able to uh, get it assigned and work. But that doesn't work when I get up because it's running just plain old vanilla Doom on the Doom engine on Steam. There are ways you can use GD Zoom to play via Steam as well, but it seems like a multi-step process and all that. So I want to keep plugging away and see if I can get it just to work in vanilla Doom. But so hopefully, original music will be added to it soon. Uh,
Nice.
and right now there's just one level of difficulty. No matter kind of what you pick, you're going to get the same lineup. I'm going to make some adjustments there so you can increase your difficulty and
So that's not entirely true because I put it on Nightmare
yeah.
and it worked, respawning enemies and everything.
Oh, okay. So there's probably some
Yeah.
features. Oh, okay. So there's some features
That's
that
when I
will,
fell into the pit.
ah, okay. That makes sense. So, yeah, I know that there's some features that will do the respawn, within the kind of the system itself will do the respawning. And, but then within the mapping tool, there's kind of easy, medium, and hard that I can, if I'm like placing additional monsters or all that, that I can say, put that in there. And so I'm going to kind of assume, um, easy would track with the simplest and hard with nightmare and medium is in the middle hurt me plenty and then they just make enhancements in terms of how difficult the monsters are to kill, do they respawn and all that kind of stuff. So I have not tried it on nightmare mode, so
Yeah.
that'll be an interesting one. I need to populate a few more weapons I think before I flip it on tonight. How were you able to do a nightmare mode on the level? Did it give you enough to
Not
work with?
great. Not great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I need to give you a little more to work with because it's got
Yeah.
a fair monsters to ammo, a generous ammo to monsters ratio. Because I need that for me to have enjoyment. I need to make sure I can do it. But so, was there any aspect in particular that you'd like to tell the Panda Army about to look forward to and playing the game, or just let it all be a surprise?
So the actually one thing I do definitely want to bring up is I had some difficulty playing this initially. So Kelly and I were testing out different things in the Doom environment so that we can, maybe get some gameplay together for you guys in the future. And I did not have a Bethesda account. So certain features in the Doom and Doom 2 remaster are not available if you don't have a Bethesda account. So it used to be apparently that you had to have a Bethesda account to even play their games. So now it's just certain features are locked. So I went online and signed up for an account and then came back. And when I would try and log in through Doom, nothing would happen. It either just bounced me back to log in again or it would just crash it. Could not figure out what was going on. So I tried it for 2 days, probably trying to get this going. And finally, because I'm not as smart as other people, I realized there is a warning that pops up that says once you log in, you're logged in on all Bethesda games. And I realized I have Doom 64. So I went and tried to log in there, immediately logged in without a problem, came back to Doom and Doom 2, and I was automatically logged in.
Hmm.
So I don't know what was causing that problem. It's not like a system issue or anything. I have a fairly new setup here in the studio because my laptop died a few months back. So it's not a system issue. I can certainly run Doom. So I don't know what was causing that, but if you happen to run into that issue and have another Bethesda game, just go log in there. It's going to log you into all of your Steam games that are Bethesda games. So from that point on, I didn't have an issue. I was able to get right in. First thing I downloaded, played it through a few times. I could not find the one secret though. Kelly kind of made fun of me, like, "Oh, did you find them all?" It was bugging me, so I played it until I did. Then I was like, "Oh, let me see Nightmare," because I was curious to see, like, do you add more monsters? Do you add more ammo? Things like that. So I just jumped straight to Nightmare. The monsters are definitely more aggressive, just automatically, and I guess that's just how Nightmare works. And they are respawning, which I forgot that's what Nightmare does somehow. So I was so here's a mild spoiler. Um, if you look at the map, it's super cool. You get the panda, you get some references to Blue Oyster Cult and things like that. I knew you had mentioned that you were going to try and work in the Blue Oyster Cult reference. As soon as I stepped out on there, I immediately saw it. I didn't even have to turn the map on. I was like, this is amazing. So that's probably my favorite part of it, just because I didn't know for sure if you got that up and running, and because I immediately noticed it just as a Blue Oyster Cult fan. I love that part of it. I love that you're able to put so much into there. Now, and I don't know if this is just I know it's only one level, so it just took me to the second level of Doom 2
Yeah.
at the end of it. Is that how that works?
Yeah, because this is just
Okay.
map. Basically, it's a replacement of map one in
Okay.
Doom 2. And then it's bringing in all the Doom 2 assets. And so as I add additional maps, I can do that. I could also configure it differently with a little more research and tighten it up so that's all that happens. But I think I'll probably just keep writing it this way and just add a second map after a while. I'm going to do a few more tweaks to this one, but I'm overall happy with the gameplay. It's a little hard sometimes to gauge. Have I made it too easy? Have I made it too hard? When you kind of know everything that's going to happen, so there's like no surprises. And you go, well, I think this might be a little surprising, or is it? Do you have? I tried to not overarm you, to kind of make it at least a little bit challenging. But we hope some of you folks will give it a chance. If you go into Doom on Steam and go down to their section on mods and browse and search on Boom Panda, you'll find it, and you can subscribe to it if you want. Promised it'll be better regarding the number of point releases there are. As I uploaded the same WAD I made updates in one place and I was uploading from another place and it was bad. And I did that repeatedly. And then I kept thinking that was the problem why the music wasn't coming across, but that's a different problem. But I fixed the pit problem so that you don't stay stuck there. And um, for the first level, that's it. So there are, uh, as it's mentioned in the description, Mike mentioned it. Um, there's Bog Panda references, Blue Oyster Cult references, Alice Cooper reference, and a Dr. Mike uh, shout out as well. So I'm assuming you figured out what that room was.
I don't think I saw that, or I didn't catch it.
Okay. Um, so the second to last room. So once you kind of go through the Alice Cooper room,
Is it the really dark room?
it's yes, yes. Another thing is the lighting is different when I develop it for when I play. No,
Actually, so I liked that the one room is really dark.
it's the one room with the simulated hospital beds and people strung up against the wall and a lot of blood in it.
Oh, okay.
So it's
That
the
makes
way
sense.
I
Now, I didn't put
envision
that
your
together.
your office looking. So
It's not far off.
so so it's pretty accurate and a lot of health buttons, health packages for folks to pick up. So
It's funny though. I mean, I'm sure everybody's going to be thankful that you cleared that one pit up where you just kind of fallen or stuck there, but that happens in Doom too. There is areas where you just fall and you're stuck there and you just have to die to just respawn at the beginning of the stage. So, I mean, that does happen in Doom 2. So I thought that was intentional. And it wasn't until I was on Nightmare because I started killing everybody in the first room and then they started respawning. I was like, ah, I forgot that's how Nightmare works. So I just ran into that room and I went off of the side thinking I was jumping. I don't want to give anything away. Cover your ears if you haven't played it yet. Trying to get to the hidden area where I could pick up some extra health and invincibility and stuff, but I went off the wrong side. I was just stuck there. I was like, wait a minute, no. Then the horde of respawned enemies just started firing down on me. So
yep, yep, that'll happen. Cool. Well, I'll have to give Nightmare a spin. That um, I haven't done that, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really like making it. Hope some folks try it. There'll be more to come. Uh, I'm struggling a little bit because a lot of my big concepts, get the Blue Oyster Cult thing and do the Bug Panda thing. Those have been checked off, so I've got to got to kind of come up with some other things there. But it's fun to get back in there and do it again because I really enjoy it. And so far, I've just been using the existing Doom textures and all that. I think as I go a little bit further, start introducing. Still like to get the music thing figured out, but if I can't do that, maybe move in and add a few custom textures, Bog Panda logo. I think that'd be kind of important to get in there somewhere. I do have a title thing that I think will work already, but after about my sixth attempt to get a version out, I said I'll do that another day. So more to come. But it's out there. Check it out. Download it, give it a play, like it if you'd like it. Maybe also subscribe to this channel, Bog Panda, and it's a good way to stay on top of any new versions that come out. And you can go to our website to Bog Panda Vision, where we'll include some information on how to get to the download as well. We'll let folks know that's out there. And by subscribing for the low cost of free, you'll also get daily Hard No, the world's shortest podcast. And so the gifts keep on coming from Bog Panda.
Yeah, it was super fun. I hope everybody checks it out. Also, too, because now Bethesda works for me. I checked out a couple other mods. Of course, Nuts, which I hadn't played in forever. Still ridiculous. Um, and I tried one of the ones that we spoke about from the award show
Oh
where
yeah,
you play in the retro mall. Super fun. Did you get a chance to try that yet?
I haven't done that. I did the Army of Darkness. I didn't do anything off of that video. I want to go back and do that, but I did the Army of Darkness one, which a little disappointing. And the one of the Simpsons, one of the many Simpsons ones that are out there, which was basically a respriting and retexturing of Doom, and pretty fun, good stuff.
Yeah,
So
the retro mall is fantastic. I
yeah,
definitely recommend it.
I'll have to be doing that soon because that'll be that good. That looked super impressive and looked really fun to play. I mean, there are several. Pirate Doom, I think I also need to
Oh
go out
yeah.
and enjoy that as well. But I think I'll start with the retro one as well. So excellent. Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bog Panda.